Great morning. Great morning. You guys come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Ooh, there is a word from the Lord, y'all. Come on in. I'm going to bless you today. Let me bless you real quick. Come on in and let me bless you real quick. Let me bless you real quick. Oh, my goodness. Great morning. Great morning, everyone. Great morning. Hold on, y'all. Let me see something. I'm trying to, make sure it's right. Great morning, April. How are you, gorgeous? I'm finna bless you real quick, okay? Let me bless you real quick. Let me bless you. Y'all come on in. Come on in. Come on, come on, come on. Great morning, Charla. How are you? Hey, Jackie. Thank you for sharing. You guys let me know who's here, where you're tuning in from, and share this broadcast, okay? Y'all go on and share for me. My God, today I want to talk about the goodness of the Lord, right? I want to talk about the goodness of the Lord. Yes. Thank you for sharing, Jackie. Thank you for sharing, April. Oh, y'all, it's about to be fire. I'm telling y'all, it's about to be fire. Anybody that you know who needs some fire in their life, you need to get them on the line. You need to have them on here so that they can experience this, so they can hear what thus saith the Lord. Listen, I'm telling you, I came to be an encouragement to the children of God. I came to let you know that it's coming. Listen, I came to let you know that it's coming. I just need y'all to get in here. Come on in the virtual room so that you guys can hear what the Lord is saying for this season, for this day. And I'm going to tell y'all something. Hey, Christina, thank you for sharing with me yesterday. Y'all, Christina shared a revelation she had from our Destiny Driven, A Journey to Greatness class. I just know this, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all what I know. I don't know everything, but I know that God is doing something major in the lives of his children. And because he's doing something major, that means that some major attacks may come, but don't get distracted. And that's what I'm going to talk about today, because it's coming. It's coming. Listen, when you understand that what God promised you is coming, what the enemy sends won't distract you. What did I say? When you understand that what the Lord said is coming, what the enemy does will not, cannot, shall not, must not distract you. Do not get distracted by it, because it's coming. It's coming. Like, period, point blank. That's it. The end. End of story. And I'm going to tell y'all this because I think that one of the things that happens to us is that we find ourselves distracted when we think we can do it in our own strength. No, this one, oh, it's going to require another level of faith, another level of trust, another level of confidence, another level of belief in God, another level of standing on his word, another level of prophetic declaration, another level of stepping on the head of the enemy. Listen, another level of it. Hey, man of God, how are you? Good to see you. So it's coming. Now let me talk about it for a minute, okay? Wherever God is getting ready to give you breakthrough, that area will be attacked right before the breakthrough. Hear me again. Whatever area God is going to use in your life, God is preparing you to be used in, the enemy will always attack it right before the breakthrough. Listen, it is his last ditch effort. It is his throwing the kitchen sink at you. It is his press from the north, the south, the east, the west. It is him coming at you one thing after another. One thing quick on the heels of another, but it's not the good stuff. It's the challenges. So when you are able to maintain your faith, you're able to maintain your consistency. You're able to maintain your focus. You're able to maintain. Then God is able to show not just you, but those around you what he's able to do. Oh, the breakthrough is coming. It's not optional. It not might come. Oh, it is. It's that's it. There's no other option, right? It's coming. So the only way that it doesn't get to you is you quit. You quit. You abort the assignment. You check out. Who got time for that? Ain't nobody got time for that. So if God said it, believe it and stand on it, and stop acting like, oh, because your circumstances don't look like it, that must mean that it's not going to happen. The devil is a lie. Oh, y'all, hold on. Let me put on my do not disturb. Man. I'm just talking. Y'all can hear me. When I tell you God is about to mess some people up about you, they done put their mouth on you. They done said, can y'all hear me now? Y'all make sure y'all can hear me now, because I know I was muted. Let me make sure before I go into this diatribe, because this is about to be some good stuff. So before I go give y'all all this good stuff and y'all can't hear me, let me know that you can hear me. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Christina. Listen, if you didn't share this before, share it now, because I'm telling you, it's some people in need of some encouragement, because they're at the brink of giving up when it's almost their breakthrough. They're at the brink of giving up when it's almost their breakthrough. Listen, girl. Yes, I'm back, girl. I realized, I was like, oh, it's muted. I'm glad my lips are big and I talk very, I use my mouth so you can read my lips. I'm a deaf person's best friend, because baby, they will understand what I'm saying. Okay? Period. Oh, I want everybody to be able to understand, honey. Listen, I need everybody to be able to understand. Look, God is going to mess some people up about you, because they have said and done things that sowed seeds in you to make you question whether or not God was going to do what he was going to do. He getting ready to mess them up, because he's getting ready to do what he said he was going to do and add some extra on top. It's just like we are on the road, we're traveling. And so when we're traveling, because we don't have a Wawa in Panama City, and I just think that's a travesty. I don't know why. Listen, they need to fix that, okay? They building Circle K's and I need a Wawa, okay? Just give me a Wawa, one. Give me at least one in the city, okay? And I'm good, all right? So we always, when we're traveling and there's a Wawa in the area, we always go to Wawa, okay? We go to Wawa because I introduced my husband to the blueberry, pomegranate, mango smoothie, right? It's a fruit smoothie. And I introduced him to it the way I drink it, right? So I would have that with the yogurt and the whipped cream. Now listen, the whipped cream and the yogurt aren't automatically included. In fact, you have to make a choice to add them to the smoothie. The smoothie comes blueberry, pomegranate, mango. Listen, then they ask you, do you want yogurt added to this? And you get to say yes or no. Yes. Do you want whipped cream? You get to say yes or no. Yes, right? So then those things that were added in have an added value, though they have not an added cost. Sometimes you're in, oh my God. sometimes you're in situations where you have, in order to have the added value, there's an added cost, right? And depending on how badly you want it, you'll pay the added cost. Like if I got to pay extra for whipped cream, I'm paying extra for whipped cream because I love whipped cream, right? Now, somebody else might be able to take the whipped cream or not take the whipped cream. It's optional for them. But for me, it is not optional. So even if it requires me to pay an added cost, if there's an added expense to it, I will do it. But you've got to understand that in this season that we're in right now, you've got to make up your mind that you're going for the gusto, that you're going to do what God told you to do, no matter what it looks like and no matter what comes at you. I don't care what the obstacle is. I don't care how big it seems. I don't care how inconvenient it is. I don't care what it feels like. I don't care about any of that, because I'm telling you, you're so close to the breakthrough that the enemy is playing tricks on you. Remember the song, and in the song they said, my mind's playing tricks on me, right? That's what's going on. Do not allow the enemy or your inner me to play tricks on you so that you're thinking things that, like listen, literally the enemy wants to steal your joy. He wants to steal your perseverance and your determination and your dedication. But most of all, he wants to steal your belief. He doesn't want you to believe, because if you believe, it doesn't matter what it looks like. What you believe is going to manifest. What you say is going to show up. What you speak must occur. You got to be careful what you say. Even in times when things are hard, you got to be careful what you say. You're not broke. You're not poor. You may be experiencing some financial challenges right now, or your money hasn't caught up yet. But listen, you are not broken, you are not poor, and do not allow the enemy to convince you of that. And I don't care what your bank account says, and I don't care what you're going through financially. I do not care. This is the one thing I know. Let me tell you something. The enemy is threatened by seed. Why is the enemy threatened by seed? Seed guarantees a harvest. Where there's no seed, there's no harvest. But where there is seed, harvest is on the horizon. Where there's no seed, there's no harvest. But where there is seed, harvest is on the horizon. What I can tell you is this. My harvest is so close, I can smell it. I can see it with my mind's eye. I can taste it. I can feel it. And because of that, the enemy want to throw a little dart, do little stuff. But let me tell you something about that. And I don't be caring about him. Period. And I would advise you to stop caring about him. Period. Because the reality is that he cannot stop what God is doing in your life. Only you can. Your attitude, your response, all of that, that's the only thing that's it. So I choose at all times to have joy. I choose at all times to trust God. It may not look like what I want it to look like, may not feel like what I want it to feel like, but I believe God. I believe God. So let me tell you, the other day, y'all know I'm big on seed. The other day, I had the opportunity and the privilege of sowing a seed, right, into one of my sister's ministries. I do that, and you know why I do that? Because listen, this is what I understand. What I do for others, God will do for me. What I do for others, God will do for me. See, listen to me now, when you know that someone is doing the work of the Lord, when you know that they're upright and upstanding, when you know that God has directed you to sow, you sow. And it doesn't matter what it looks like. None of that matters. You sow because you understand that what you sow is going to reap and yield a harvest in your life. Sowing is not for that person. Sowing is for the sower. God said he gives seed to the sower. If God gives seed to the sower, then the sower is therefore then supposed to what? Sow seed. And listen, the more sacrificial the seed, the greater the harvest. Y'all, I have literally watched God break the back of poverty, break the back of struggle off of people and off of me based on our sowing. When God directs you, listen, I remember I was sitting in a service and the man of God was prophesying, baby, and God told me, so $90. Now that's an odd number, not 100, not 50, 90. 90 is an odd number. So I'm already ready to sow the $90. I'm getting my money together. And the prophet said, I hear the Lord say, sow $90. Do what? Listen, but let's talk about why 90. And I didn't think about it then. Hold on. I didn't think about it then. But knowing now what I know, hold on. There's always significance in everything that God does. Hold on, let me connect this to the Wi-Fi. Hold on, y'all. Because I'm telling you, there's a word in this. There's something that God is getting ready to do for his people financially, and it requires us understanding what he's telling us to do. Oh, Lord, y'all, hold on. Let me get the password, Jesus. Okay. Y'all just bear with me because this is going to be worth it. Because this is going to set some people free, bless some people. You know, when I go places, if I don't get nothing else, I get the Wi-Fi. What's the Wi-Fi code? I'm like the dirty kids. All right, hold on. It's trying to catch up. Okay. Good. Babe, I got it. You can come get it. If you listen, I got it. You can come get it. You can come get it. So, angel number 90. And I'm going to tell y'all what was going on in my life at that time, too. Okay. Angel number 90 is a combination. Listen, hold on. 9 relates to endings and conclusions. 0 resonates with the energies of eternity and infinity, continuing cycles and flow, and the beginning point. 0 stands for potential and or choice, and it's a message to do with developing one's spiritual aspects, and is considered to represent the beginning of a spiritual journey. All right. Number 0 brings the influences of the God force and amplifies and magnifies the energies of the number it appears with. This makes 90 a powerfully life-changing number. Angel number 90 is a message from your angels that the universal source of all power, the Most High God, Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Nisi, Jehovah Rapha. Listen, the universal source fully supports your divine life purpose and soul mission. Listen to your intuition, Spirit, Holy Spirit. Okay. As your angels are constantly by your side giving you messages and guidance, you can turn to them for divine guidance and support whenever you wish. The word says, dispatch your angels. Okay, all right. Angel number 90 may be seen as a prompt to devote yourself to your personal spiritual path, and may also be urging you to expand or begin a spiritually based practice and or career or service-based venture. Follow your gut instincts and intuition and serve your divine soul mission, the thing that God has put inside of you, with passion, commitment, and purpose. Angel number 90 encourages you to shine your light each and every day and in each and every way. Angel number 90 is also a message from your angels that there are impending closures and conclusions in your life. And it's a sign that some issues, situations, and or phases are coming to an end. Trust that positive new changes and opportunities will appear to take their place, and they will be, hold on, and they will be, hold on, that will be of long-term benefit to you. Listen to me, y'all, and I'm going to tell y'all what's going on right now. See, this 90 is big. Okay, listen. Trust that positive new changes and opportunities will appear to take their place that will be of long-term benefit to you. Even though a part of your life has been altered, halted, or dramatically changed, things will turn out for the best, like a blessing in disguise. The angels encourage you to use your personal will and power to your utmost advantage and to the advantage of others. Your personal will and power. Listen to me, y'all. Listen to me. God is trying to position you for massive change in your life. And there are some things that are going on that are designed to slow you down, to make you question, to make you doubt, to make you wonder, to make you quit, to make you give up. Do not allow it. Listen, this is the time more than ever that you have to press in, press in, press in. Press in. You press into God. You press into God with a perseverance and a determination that will not turn back, will not quit, will not back up. One thing that I know, listen to me, we are so close to our breakthrough. We are so close to our breakthrough that the devil, listen, I don't give a flying flip what he tried to do. Oh, we breaking through. This is not only our time, it is our season. It is the moment. The moment is now. You saying when, God, when? Now? When, God, when? Now. This is our now season. When do I need to do it, God? Now. Now. Listen, at the time when I was at that church service, and I want y'all to hear this now. The church service was at Without Walls. When I moved to Tampa, I just knew that I was going to be going to Without Walls, right? I can remember in 2000, oh my God, when? About 2005, 2006, Paula White was doing a conference in Tampa, and I really wanted to go to the conference. God said, go. But I didn't have a hotel. I didn't have a lot of money. And I went. I got a plane ticket. One of my students, her cousin lived there. So her cousin picked me up from the airport, allowed me to stay at their house, and gave me the keys to their Mercedes to drive back and forth to the conference. Now, I want you to understand something. You know, God has been, Florida is significant in my life. And the crazy thing is, I never wanted to live in Florida. I remember my ex-husband would be like, let's move to Florida. I was like, I don't want to live in Florida. Florida stinks, because I went to Jacksonville and the paper mills. I said, no, I don't want this in my life. Okay. I equated it with all of Florida. Okay. But Florida's been significant in my life. So I had dated a guy. Listen to this. I want you to hear this. I had dated a guy that lived in Tampa for a while. Lived in Tampa, worked at the Hard Rock. Okay. I remember I was looking at going to the University of South Florida because he was in Tampa. They flew me in, which is something they didn't do. They flew me in, gave me a tour, put me up, and I decided not to go. I decided to stay in Kentucky because I had more support for my son. Fast forward, 2006, I think, God says, go to the Paula White conference. It's in Tampa, right? I go to the conference. Now listen, I'm going to tell y'all how deliberate God is. I go to the conference. I don't know where I'm staying, but God works it out. So I'm staying in a beautiful house with a pool, driving the Mercedes. She handed me the keys, just handed me the keys. Here, you just take this car. Just take my car because I want you to be able to go and, come back as you need to. Okay. While I'm at the conference, I don't know my cousin is coming to the conference. I see my cousin Zenobia Z, right? So I see my cousin Z at the conference. She's like, cousin, right? We see each other at the conference. Okay. Fast forward 2008. 2008, the Lord tells me, go to Florida. What? Go to Florida. Go to Florida. I'm like, okay, God. He sends me to, I fly into Orlando. I'm staying in Kissimmee, where we just stayed this weekend. Circles, right? Cycles of life. So I stayed. It was just me. I went by myself. Had a bungalow, cooked for myself, had some amazing meals, made them pretty, had a good time, was listening to God for direction. He said, go, I'm going to send you to a church. I said, okay, it's middle of the week. I'm like, okay, where you want me to go? He sends me to Agape, right? Because, and my ministry's name when I was in Kentucky was True Agape Spiritual Healing Center. So he sends me to Agape. But the interesting thing is that I had looked at another church, right? It was in the area. And I didn't end up going to it, but how about that's the church that Doctors Michael and Samantha Phillips pastored? Because I was looking for churches in the vicinity. And their church was in Kissimmee at the time, Angel number 133. Listen to me. There's a point to all of this, okay? I know y'all may think I just be telling stories to tell stories, but I want you to pay attention. So I go to this church, Agape. I had some money. I had some money. The Lord said, sow a seed. So I sowed the seed that God told me to sow. Angel number 133. I sowed the seed that God told me to sow. And, I ended up meeting the pastors, talk to the pastors and stuff. To this day, the other Dr. V, Dr. Victoria, and I are friends, right? A friendship developed. I told her I was moving there because when I landed, God said, welcome home. What? He said, you're home. So I be believing God when God says stuff, right? So I be moving. God said this was my home, so I must be moving here. Had just gone through a divorce. Had just finished my book. My book was out. And I met pastors in the area. They had a little lunch that they would do. And so she introduced me to people. One of those amazing and beautiful pastors died last year. Was it last year? I think it was last year or was this year. But powerful, mighty women of God. And then I go back. I change where I live on Facebook to Kissimmee, right? Because I believe God. And I couldn't move yet. Fast forward, 2011, I end up going to speak in Tampa, back to Tampa again. And God wouldn't let us leave. He relocated us to Tampa. We left everything. All we had was what we carried with us. He wouldn't let us go back and get stuff. We couldn't go back and close out the house. He would not let us go back. We literally had to ask friends if they could do it and like keep our important stuff and do whatever they wanted to with the rest of it, furniture, all that. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because at that time when I went to that church service, there were some things that God was doing in me that required the conclusion and the closing of some things for him to launch me spiritually on another level. Angel number 90 represents endings and conclusions, but also the infinite possibilities of what God has called you to do. I need you to understand that when it comes to seeds and harvest, that your seed should be a deliberate and strategic seed. It should not just be random. It shouldn't be, well, I'm going to give $20 because that's what I do is I give $20. No, We've got to learn to listen to God, because in everything that God tells us to do, there is purpose. In everything that God tells us to do, there is purpose. And when you understand that, you will start being more strategic in what you do. If you want to produce a particular outcome, you understand what is required to produce that outcome, and you do that strategically. If you are ready for a financial breakthrough, then strategically sow a seed. It's got to be strategic. It's not, look, we do way too much random, way too much random, way too much random, and not enough following God's formulas. If God gives us information and knowledge, then why would we not use the information and knowledge to produce the breakthrough that God has promised us? To do the things that God has promised us. Y'all, stop being random out here. You are not a rando, as the young people say. You are not a rando. You are a chosen child of God, set apart for such a time as this. Because there's some things that God is raising up a generation. And when I say a generation, I'm not just talking about the young people that are coming up now, but God is raising up a generation of leaders who are not trapped in religion, form, and tradition. They are breaking out of those things. Some of them have never been in them, so they reject them, because God is sick of religion, tradition, and form, denying the power that you have a form of godliness, but you're denying the power thereof. You got a form of godliness, but it ain't no power. You got a form of godliness. You look godly. You talk godly. You act godly, but you ain't got no power attached to your form, because it's just the form. See, the power is what's on the inside. See, we're so busy worried about the outside that we neglect the inside, and our inside is falling flat. On the inside, that's where the power is. That's where the power is. And the power shows up when you show up. I just know this. This is what I know, y'all, and I need you to hear me. I need you to hear what I'm saying, and beyond what I'm saying, what the Spirit of God is saying through me. You have been chosen for such a time as this. There's some things that God is trying to get in your hand, but he cannot get them in your hand because your hand is like this. Because your thoughts and your mind says, well, I only got this, so I got to hold on to it because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know this and I don't know that. But do you know who knows it all? Do you know who has every answer to every question? Do you know who has already worked it out? Do you know who has already seen the end from the very beginning? And that is God. And he is trying to get you to a place in your faith where you will not be moved, shaken, and shook up by the circumstances of your life. He is sick of circumstantial Christians, circumstantial believers. You believe when the circumstances look like it, but when the circumstances don't look like it, you no longer believe God. You allow your emotions, you allow your feelings, you allow your fears, you allow your thoughts to take you down a path that does not lead you to God. It leads you away from him. Take you on a path that doesn't take you to destiny. It takes you away from it. Take you on a path that doesn't take you to purpose. It takes you away from him. This is the time. It is in those moments, it's in that time. That's the time when I dig deep and I say, oh no, I'm going to sow. Do you know why I sow? I sow because I know that with that seed, there is harvest. It may not come when I think it should come, but I know that it's coming. Why? Because I sowed seeds. Right now, today, I am living on the harvest of seeds I sowed decades ago. Do you understand what I'm telling you? I'm literally I'm literally watching God honor my seeds and my sacrifices, my sacrificial sowing. Yes, Mike. Manifested harvest. When I had my school, I was going to make sure that students had the opportunity to attend if they wanted to. So I worked with parents. And I'm going to tell y'all this. I educated so many kids. And did not get paid. But I sowed seeds, and God was not going to let those seeds go to waste. You see, it's not about people. The word of God says, do what you do as unto the Lord. And when we do that, He will supply. He will give recompense. He will do it. He may not do it through the person that you bless, but it doesn't matter how He does it or who He uses to do it or even when He does it. He does it when it's supposed to be done. And whether you like it or not, the fact of the matter is, God wants to know what you gonna do when your back is up against the wall. What you gonna do when it looks shady? What you gonna do when it looks like it's impossible? What you gonna do? Huh? Because faith is not based on what you see. Faith is what? What is faith? Y'all know the scripture? Now faith is what? I'm gonna let y'all fill in the blank and I'm gonna say it. Because I need you to understand that this is the season that your faith is being developed, grown, stretched. You believe God or not? You trust God or not? Do you think God is going to bring you to the point of delivery and you not deliver the baby? No. The only way the baby doesn't get born is if you stop. You have to stop. God's not stopping. You have to stop. What you gonna do? What are you going to do? This is the time for the evidence to show up. Yes, Mike. The substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Yes. The substance of the faith is. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So you may not be able to see it with your natural eye, but you have faith and you believe and watch it manifest. God told me, I think it was the beginning of the year. No. It was last year. Last year. Um, Maybe it was in this. I don't know when it was, but God told me that there will be 5 marriages from my immediate circle. 5 marriages. 5 in my immediate circle. My immediate circle. 5 marriages. 5 marriages. Whole time It ain't looking like it. And listen, the one that we thought was going to be the first one because she had a man, that man acted her fool. He was gone. We like, Lord, well, what you doing? But God knew what he was doing. God knew what he was doing. God knew what he was doing, and he knew what he said, and he's true to his word. And I'm literally watching him put people together. I'm literally watching him give people desire for marriage. I'm literally watching him manifest the prophecy that he gave me. And this is what I know. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And they not going to faint. Ain't nobody fainting because we ain't got time to faint. We too close. We too close to the breakthrough. We too close to faint. We too close to quit. We too close to have our hands like this when we know we're trying to reap a harvest. No, our hands going to be open. We're going to give when God says give, sow when God says sow. Mike said, yes, I'm in that circle. Yes, Mike, you are. But I told you that too. See, look, y'all think I come out here and do this prophetic drive-by just to say something? No, the reason why some of the prophetic drive-by is not just me declaring prophetic words, because y'all have gotten a lot of prophetic words and you do not know how to manifest them. You don't know how to bring them into fruition. You don't know how to pull down what's already been done in heaven into the natural realm. And you cannot pull it down until you do the most important work, which is the work on you. You got to deal with you, because the truth of the matter is it's been there all along, but what's been needing work is you. You needed to do some stuff so that when it came, you could recognize it, you could see what it was, know what it was, and move appropriately, and you'll be in a position where you can maintain, handle, and upkeep what God gave you, even if it looked crazy. Even if it get on your nerves sometimes. You got to know how to do what it is that God has called you to do. And I'm not just talking about preaching. We think everything is about preaching. No, God is more concerned about your life than your preaching. God is more concerned about your off-screen time than your on-screen time. God is more concerned about what you do in your life on a day-to-day basis than what you do on Sunday. God is more concerned with your daily thoughts, words, and actions than what you do when you go to Sunday school, when you go to church, when you go to Bible study, when you go to choir practice. God is more concerned with your day-to-day. The problem is we so busy trying to impress the people in the church that we won't deal with our actions and behaviors and thoughts at home. And we think it's okay and we think it's cute. It's not, and it's not. It's not, and it's not. So you can keep getting prophetic words all day long until you deal with you. The word is true. You just won't see the manifestation of it until you do the work that God is requiring of you. There's a work we got to do. And we don't have time to play. We don't have time to waste. We don't have it. And I don't know about you, but I know about me. And I know I'm not missing anything that God is doing in my life for any reason. I'm not quitting for any reason. I'm not giving up for any reason. My whole life, if I felt like I can't win, oh no, I'm not gonna do that. No, I'm done. I'm done. But what I know is this: those things that I knew I was supposed to do, had to do, needed to do, I would press through. But this season it hits different. in every area of my life, in my marriage, in my relationship with my children, in my relationship with my grandchildren, in building family, in all of that. Because I'm going to tell y'all something in case y'all didn't catch it. In case y'all didn't catch it. If I felt like I had done everything that I could and everything I needed to do, and it wasn't changing, I'm gone. That was my mindset. I was gone. So this version of me, she's never existed in my adult life. She's not existed in my adult life. It's who I was created to be. But stuff happened, and I said that won't be me. I'm not getting ready to go through that. For what? But God knew even with that. He knew how I would think. He knew what I would do. He knew the impact of it. And he knew how he was going to heal me, mend me, and get me back to who he created me to be. And the same is true with you. It's seed time because we're expecting a great harvest. And I've learned that if what you get isn't enough to do everything you need to do, then it's seed. Figure out where you're supposed to put the seed so that you can yield the harvest. As we are growing our business, we made the conscious decision that we would use our commissions to do what we needed to do in the business so that we are positioned for the massive harvest. Are there other things that we could do with that money? Absolutely, there are. But right now, we can either just do something and knock it out one time, but then not have what we need to produce more. Or we can choose to invest in something and in us in a way that allows us to be prepared for a great harvest. Remember, the word for July is God is scaling you. That means he's putting things in place for you to be able to handle the overflow that is coming. And there's an overflow coming when you position yourself. There's an overflow coming when you do what you need to do to build your foundation. Foundation is everything. Y'all know I've been talking about foundation. Foundation is everything. Foundation in your relationships, foundation in your marriage, foundation in your business, foundation in your ministry, foundation in you. You have to be built on a solid foundation. And that solid foundation is a God understanding of who you are. You've got to know who you are in God. You've got to know who God created you to be. Why, Dr. B? Why do I need to know that? You've got to know, because then you won't be shaken by what people say or think. Listen, we were with our brother now. We were with our brother, Terrence Hawthorne, Terrence and Lucretia. And we were at the house. And whenever I go to the house, I've gone once before. God told me to go pray, and I did. But when I'm there, she's going to laugh. Oh, she just laughs. Oh, I just crack her up. She just be laughing. Oh, my goodness. She just laugh and laugh. We laugh so much when I'm there, right? And so yesterday, when I was there, we talking and we laughing and stuff. Because the last time I was there, I said, I'm waiting for my husband to come, because, girl, I want a husband too. I want a husband like you got, one that's going to love me and take care of me no matter what state I'm in. Listen. And then God did it. Okay. So, we were talking, and we're talking about how God did that, and I'm saying, girl, again, I got my husband now. Literally, and so much. She just laughed at me. She said, go on, girl. And she just kept saying, go on, girl. So we're laughing, but y'all know that the presence of God is always heavy, right? And so the presence of God got really heavy. And I began to declare some things over her. I began to touch her and declare some things concerning her body, her healing, and what God was doing in her and how God was going to use the situation. Baby, listen. So y'all know they have a lot of followers now, right? They have a lot of followers, people following their journey, praying for them. Well, somebody commented on there, this gives me witchcraft. Baby, I had to give them the laughing emoji. Baby, what? There was a time that would have struck me and I would have been like, I had to defend. Baby, I ain't got to defend nothing. Baby, I'm laughing at you. Baby, it gives you witchcraft. Okay, girl, listen. Whatever it does for you, it does for you. You've got to understand who you are so you're no longer shaken by people. You're no longer shaken by what people say, what they do, how they treat you, what they think of you. You're not shaken by it because you know who you are. One thing about me. One thing about me. But listen, one thing about me. I believe in me. I believe in me. I believe in me. My husband would tell me, babe, you don't need makeup. I was like, I know. That's not news. I know. He'd be like, you're beautiful like you are. I'm like, I know. Babe, well, why you put makeup on? Because I want to put it on. Like, I wear makeup to enhance the beauty that I already have. Like, I'm comfortable with it or without it. It just gives me a more finished look. I like the finished look. I'm also comfortable with what you see right now. It doesn't matter. Like, I know who I am. It does, and this is my thing. This is my thing. I'll never wear so much makeup that people don't recognize me. I'll never do so much contouring that I don't look like me. That when I take the makeup off, you're like, wait a minute, who is that? You don't look in, and I know y'all have seen some people that look nothing like they look when they put their makeup on. They put that makeup on and they are a whole different person. That won't be me. I'm not going to do that. I know who I am. And I want you to know who you are. Because when you know who you are, you're not easily shaken. You don't know who you are. Everything shakes you. Everything. It's one of the reasons that I love my kids. Listen, I'm telling you something. I love my kids because my kids are so much like me in that. I worked to make sure that they knew that they were amazing. My grandkids, the same way. They gonna know they're amazing. You can do anything you set your mind to do. You're valuable. All of them. Even when they make bad decisions, they're still valuable. It doesn't change who they are. They just are growing through. We all grow through stuff. Not go through, grow through stuff. And if you learn to grow through and not just go through, then the things that you go through produce more. They produce a greater harvest. Like, I'm just trying to go through. I'm just trying to get through. Well, that's why you keep going through the same thing. I know I've done it. Now my conscious decision is to grow through what I go through. I'm going to get on the other side of it, one way or the other. But why not grow through it? Why not use it and allow it to grow you, develop you, build you, enhance you, strengthen you, empower you? That's what I'm doing. But you got to make a decision. And it's decision time. How much do you believe God? How much do you believe God? We angel number 126. And we're back. Angel number 126. Oh, y'all better catch this. It's a message from your angels that you are currently manifesting your financial flow and material supply. Therefore, keep a positive and optimistic viewpoint and mindset to keep up a steady supply. To increase this flow of abundance, use positive angel affirmations and visualization. This is a message from your angels that your material and earthly needs will be met in divine right time. So have faith and trust that the universe will always provide for you. Y'all know that God causes the universe to work for us, right? Okay. Follow your inner guidance and allow it to prompt you to take positive action in life. It asks you to have a diplomatic and cooperative attitude and outlook in order to set a positive example for others to learn from. It tells you that as you serve your divine life purpose, you will reap the spiritual and emotional rewards of love, trust, and companionship, as well as manifest material and financial rewards. The reason I do what I do is because it is my soul life's mission. That's what it is. This is my divine life purpose, my soul life mission. Listen, this is what I was created to do. I know that for a fact, and I know that God will provide for me. I know that God is going to take care of me and mine. We going to be good. Why? Because I'm doing what God has called me to do. Listen, I know this. This is what I know for sure and for certain. For sure and for certain. This is what I know. God supplies all of my needs according to his riches in glory in Christ Jesus. God supplies all of them. Why? Because I just do what he says do, baby. Listen, God gonna take care of us. Our household gonna be good. Our bills gonna be paid. God gonna provide. And we don't know where it's coming from all the time, but God knows where it's coming from. And God speaks to people and gives them, hey, you so. So when he sows, when he says so, I know that those who are obedient always reap a harvest. Always reap a harvest. I'm trying to tell y'all, they always reap a harvest. And what I also understand is this: when I don't allow people to sow, when I don't give them the opportunity to sow, I create blockages for people. So listen, I'm never going to create a blockage. I always want you to be able to sow and sow freely as God gives direction. Because what I know is this: as you sow, God begins to give you increase. And that's what he's doing right now. There are some things that are happening that are getting ready to open some things up, and some people are getting ready to walk into their divine life purpose because they've been obedient as it concerns me. And not just as it concerns me, but as it concerns doing those things that God is revealing. And I'm talking about in them, in their life, in your life, right? Because as we grow, God is able to do more. Y'all know I think I'm a poet. I think I can rap. Listen, y'all, I pray that this word has blessed you. I pray that you've gotten encouragement. I pray that you've been strengthened to continue your journey, because it strengthened me. Man, my joy is on overdrive, supercharged. Like, I just know that God is doing exceedingly and abundantly above all I can think and ask. And don't forget, Sunday. Y'all don't want to miss this Sunday. Sunday, I am doing the vision setting workshop. We're actually going to readjust our vision, realign our vision for the rest of this year. Baby, listen, God is doing a fine tuning, a resetting, a refocusing. You can go to bit.ly/DRV vision setting, bit.ly/DRV vision setting. The cost is $55. Afterpay is available. VIP is $111. Listen, I'm telling you, God is doing the thing that he does. Look, I love you guys to life and life more abundant. Don't miss what God is doing in your life. Be obedient and watch God give the increase. You guys have an amazing and incredible day. Be blessed. Mwah!